Well, I want to thank Sheriff Joe. This is a man, when we talk about borders, this is a man that believes in borders, and getting his endorsement means a lot to me. And he called and he said he'd like to do it. He's actually wanted to do that for quite some time. And we said, let's hold it for a little while because we're looking at the world and we're seeing what's happening. We're seeing a lot of bad things happening. And he's the kind of guy that we want on our team. He's tough, he's strong, and he's smart. And he's done an amazing job. And he's got a great, great following of people that absolutely love him and revere him. And, Joe, I would like to really thank you. Come here. Thank you very much. Okay. Questions?
Mr. Trump, Senator Cruz and his allies are insinuating that with the endorsements you're getting, you're making deals with them. Are you making
No deals. No deals. Joe never asked me for a thing. Sarah Palin never asked me for a thing. We got a tremendous endorsement today from, as you know, Jerry Falwell from Liberty University. Jerry's a terrific man, respected by everybody. And I will tell you that what was so beautiful about it, no deals. Jerry didn't say, oh, could I do this, could I do that? Joe didn't say it, Sarah didn't say it. We don't make deals. We don't make deals. Not with Fox, not with anybody. We don't make deals. You have a deal maker for the country. The country needs somebody that knows what they're doing because we're a country that is adrift. We're a country that doesn't know what they're doing at the top. When you look at the Iran deal, when you look at the Bergdahl deal, when you look at any single thing they're doing, we are adrift. We have no idea what we're doing as a country, and it's a problem.
Mr. Trump, a group of national and Iowa pro-life leaders are circulating a letter that says anyone but Trump. Effectively, they say you can't be trusted as a pro-life advocate.
Well, that's okay. I mean, that's their opinion. Look, I'm pro-life, but that's their opinion. And if they want to do that, hey, all I can tell you is this. As you know, I'm pro-life. I've been pro-life for a long time.
In 1999, you said you were pro-choice in all respects.
And I said, what did I say? You didn't read it. Read the full statement of what I said. Read the full statement. No, you're not reading the full statement. Go ahead, get out the full statement. Read it.
Tim Russert,
I know. I remember Tim Russert very well. He was a friend of mine. He was a good man. No, but read the full statement. Okay. Look, they have their choice. They can do what they have to do. I'm pro-life. They can do what they have to do. There'll be many people that will be voting for me. That I can tell you. Well, I questioned Ted Cruz. I mean, I questioned it very strongly. I mean, I don't even think, based on things that I've learned over the last few days, many lawyers are coming out saying he doesn't even have a right to run. He can't run because he was born in Canada. You've seen it, Sarah. They say that Ted Cruz, because of the fact that he was born on Canadian soil, he cannot run for president. Now, the first thing that's going to happen, if he ever got the nomination, which I don't think will happen, but if he ever got the nomination, the first thing that's going to happen is the Democrats are going to sue because there's a very real question as to whether or not he is able to run, as to whether or not he's entitled to run. As you know, Lawrence Tribe said it's not a settled matter, which is a big problem. But other people have now come back and said it is actually a settled matter. He doesn't have the right to run. I think I'm convincing them. I think look, every poll says that I'm ahead. And, we'll see what happens. I have bonded with the people of Iowa. I'm in Iowa today. I've bonded. The evangelicals, when I get Jerry Falwell, who just endorsed me today, who's a phenomenal man from Liberty University. When Jerry called up, I was so happy to get that endorsement, and he put it out just a little while ago. But I've really bonded with the evangelicals, with the Tea Party, and with the people of Iowa. We'll see what happens. We're going to see.
Senator Ben Sasse this week.
Who's that?
Senator Ben Sasse is going to be campaigning for Senators Cruz and Senator Rubio. Brought up your marital infidelities on Twitter earlier this week. Is that something that Iowans, particularly evangelicals,
No, I don't think. I think everybody knows about me. I appreciate the nice question. I think everybody knows about me.
Mr. Trump,
Yes.
Your pro-life position on abortion debate, what do you think the penalty should be for a woman who has an abortion or a physician who performs one?
I just don't want to talk about that right now. Everybody knows my views, and I think my views are very plain. Go ahead. Yes.
For Thursday night's debate, you spoke Fox and James Hyder from playing games with you.
Well, Fox is playing games, yeah. Fox is going to make a fortune. I told Fox you should give money to the wounded warriors. I'm not a fan of Megyn Kelly. I think she's a third-rate reporter. I think she, frankly, is not good at what she does, and I think they could do a lot better than Megyn Kelly. And so I'm going to be making a decision with Fox, but I probably won't bother doing the debate. I see they picked me as number one, Not only number one by far, but probably I won't be doing the debate. I'm going to have something else in Iowa. We'll do something where we raise money for the veterans and the wounded warriors. We're going to do something simultaneously with the debate, but most likely I'm not going to do the debate. I didn't like the fact that they sent out press releases talking about Putin and playing games. I don't know what games Roger Ailes is playing, but what's wrong over there? Something's wrong. But when they sent out that press release talking about, I said, what are these people playing games? So most likely I won't be doing the debate. See, the point is that with me, they're dealing with somebody that's a little bit different. They can't toy with me like they toy with everybody else. So let them have their debate, and let's see how they do with the ratings. And I told them, I said, give money to the wounded warriors, give money to the veterans. They're going to make a fortune with the debate. Now let's see how many people watch. We'll have our own event. We'll raise some money for the wounded warriors. We'll raise money for the vets. But when they sent out the wise guy press releases a little while ago, I was all set to do the debate. I came here to do the debate. When they sent out the wise guy press releases a little while ago, done by some PR person along with Roger Ailes, I said, bye-bye. Okay? Go ahead.
Are you afraid to debate?
No. Excuse me, just so you understand. I've done 6 debates. I've done 6. According to every single poll, I've won every single debate, and probably the last one more than any of them. So every single poll has me winning every single debate. I've done 6 of them. And now you say, when does it stop? How many debates do you have to do? The Democrats are finished with their debates. Is that a correct statement? They're finished. They don't have any more debates. The Republicans go on forever and ever and ever with debates. We have people on the stand that have 0, that have 1, that have nothing. So it's time that somebody plays grown-up. And then when I see a press release written by a child, like I just saw, I said, what do I have to do? Why do I have to make Fox rich? Let me make the wounded warriors rich. Let me make the veterans rich. Pretty close to irrevocable, yes. No, I think I'll do great in Iowa. I love Iowa. I don't think Iowa's going to care. I don't want to be used. Hey, look, this country needs somebody that's a deal maker. This country needs somebody that's going to make great deals with Russia and China and Japan, where they're sending us millions of cars, and we get, what do we get, okay? What do we get? We have deficits with these countries. We need people that know what they're doing. We don't need babies. When they send stuff out like that, they're not dealing with a baby. They're not dealing with a baby. So we'll see. Look, I don't care. I think the opponents are wonderful people. I know a lot of them. I think they're wonderful. Let's see how they do with the debate. Let's see how many people watch. Okay? Let's see how many people watch. I said give money to the wounded warriors. I said give money to the veterans. Megyn Kelly is a lightweight. This is a lightweight. This is not a reporter. This, to me, is just a lightweight. Megyn Kelly shouldn't be in the debate. I don't care about Megyn. When Megyn Kelly didn't ask me a question, she made a statement last time. I thought it was inappropriate. Everybody said I won the debate. Everybody said I won the last debate. They said I won all of the debates. We've had 6 debates now. Why should the networks continue getting rich on these debates? Give some to the wounded warriors. They're making a fortune. Let's see how much money Fox is going to make on the debate without me. Okay? All right, let's see. All right, yes. Well, I would seek his advice. Look, he's been a tremendous person in terms of not only deportation, in terms of stopping and creating a border. But I have the toughest plan in terms of border. Nobody close. I'm building the wall, and now other people are saying we want to build the wall. Where were they? You know, where have they been? We're talking about building a wall. We're talking about building a strong border. Sheriff Joe understands that probably better than anybody because he's done a great job, and he has been given very little resource. And so I think the representation of having Sheriff Joe on my side was really great, something I appreciated very much. Oh, we have other people. No, we have other people, but I feel very strong that immigration, we have to stop illegal immigration. When I announced I was running for president, I did this on June 16th. I brought up illegal immigration. This would not even be talked about if I didn't bring it up. Wouldn't even be talked about. Right now, it's the biggest subject. And now it carries over to ISIS and all of the things that are happening with the migration and Syria and people coming in that we have no idea who they are. We have no idea who these people are. They could be ISIS. They could be some. We don't know. And it's got to stop. We owe $19 trillion as a country. We have people running our country that are incompetent. They don't know what they're doing. We have to create a strong border. We need security for our country. We cannot allow that to happen. For what? I'd start right away. And you know what I'd do? I'd get the bad dudes out immediately. We have gangs right now that are made up in Los Angeles and different places that are made up 100% of illegal immigrants who are rough, tough dudes. They would be gone so fast. The local police know all about it. They know who they are. They would be gone so fast. Say it again. I probably wouldn't. I'll get Congress's approval. I get along. You know, my whole life I've been dealing with politicians. That's what I do. I deal with politicians. Politicians are fine. But now it's time to do it a lot better because these politicians have turned out to be all talk, no action. They talk. All they care about is getting reelected. We need to get our deficits down. We need to bring our country back. We're losing hundreds of billions of dollars a year in trade with China. We're losing tremendous amounts of money in trade with Japan. We do so much for everybody else. You look at South Korea. I have friends in South Korea. I have deals in South Korea. I have buildings in South Korea. But we have 28,000 soldiers on the line. 28,000. What do we get out of all of this? I would speak to Congress. Certainly I would at least speak to Congress. Well, we're losing a tremendous amount of money. Right now, we are losing so much money each year because of the illegal immigrants, people that are in our country illegally. Hundreds of billions of dollars. People don't realize that. They say, oh, well, it costs a lot of money to build a wall. First of all, Mexico is going to pay for the wall. And the reason Mexico is going to pay, you know, a lot of people think, like some of the politicians, well, you can't really get Mexico. Of course you can. They're making a fortune off the United States in terms of trade. They are going to pay for plenty. I have great relationships with Mexico. I have great relationships with the Mexican people. I have, right now, thousands of Hispanics. And you've seen some recent polls in Nevada and other places where I'm leading in the polls with the Hispanics. They want jobs. People want jobs. I'm going to bring jobs back from China, from Japan, from Mexico. We're going to bring jobs back to our country. Our country is starving for jobs. We're losing all of our jobs. We're losing our base. We're losing our manufacturing. China is devaluing its currency, making it impossible it's making it virtually impossible for our companies to compete. And now Japan is doing the same thing. Japan is killing us with their yen. They're devaluing. And you take a look at what's happening to Caterpillar versus Komatsu and some of the companies over there. It's brutal. Take a look at Caterpillar. They're getting killed because our politicians don't know what they're doing. And now we have corporate inversions where a lot of people, you just saw the one today, Tyco, et cetera, coming out, moving to Ireland. Pfizer, moving to Ireland. They're leaving the country. We have major corporations in the country because our politicians don't know what they're doing. They have to go. No, they have to go, sure. Probably 50% are stopped at the border, 50% overstay. Overstay is very easy to take care of. I mean, overstay, very simple. It's called management. It's called management. That's right. They fly in, they come in, they're here illegally, they stay forever. Can't happen. We either have a country or we don't. We're going to have a country again. It's called Make America Great. That's what's going to happen.
The full soundbite from Tim Russert, you said it was, I'm very pro-choice. I hate the concept of abortion.
Correct. Why didn't you read that? By the way, why didn't you read that before? No, but why didn't you read that before? You didn't read, I hate the concept of abortion. Excuse me. Very trustworthy. More so than you. Because you know what? You didn't read the question. See, when you quoted Tim Russert, you didn't read what you just said. Read it again. No, read it again.
I'll read it out.
Go ahead.
Very pro-choice. I hate the concept of abortion.
Okay, you didn't read. Why didn't you say, and when you asked the question before, that I hate the concept of abortion? No. You were quoting Tim Russert, And you were quoting, excuse me, you were quoting Tim and you were quoting me. Why didn't you read my quote the way I said it?
Sir, I tried to pull it up and I didn't have Wi-Fi.
Well, then you got to get Wi-Fi, okay? Don't ask me questions like that. You're not a very good reporter doing that. Okay, go ahead.
On the Senator Sass tweet, is that a cheap shot, and are you ready for this race to get ugly?
It's a cheap shot. Look, of course it's a cheap shot. You have a guy like Ted Cruz who's nervous as can be. I looked at him the other day as a wreck. He's a nervous wreck. His polls are going down the tubes. I guess I picked up 11 or 12 points in Iowa on him the other day over a period of like less than a week. And he's, look, and he doesn't even know. Now in his, look, I understand him. And I always got along with him fine. But I always waited, and I waited for him to do. And finally, at the last debate, he finally started knocking the people of New York and values. I thought it was a disgrace. And a lot of people thought it was a disgrace. And I'm not just talking about people from New York. What's going to happen over the next period of time, nothing's going to be nice, nothing's going to be easy, but Ted is a wreck. And the reason he's a wreck is he doesn't know if he is checked, and he's a good lawyer. He doesn't know himself whether or not he has the legal right to run and to serve as president. Now, how can you vote for somebody when you know the Democrats are going to bring a suit? There's a cloud on title. It's called, in real estate, cloud on title. Here, it's a cloud over his head. Nobody knows whether or not he can even run for office. I tend to doubt it. Some great constitutional lawyers are now saying he doesn't have the right to serve. He cannot run and serve as president of the United States. That's a problem. I also didn't like the fact that on his financial disclosure form, which is a big problem, he's going to be Robin Hood. He's going to protect everybody. Well, he forgot to mention a couple of little facts. The banks, right? He didn't put them in. Now, why didn't he put Goldman Sachs in? Why didn't he put Citicorp in? He didn't put them in. He said he forgot. He also didn't know that he was a Canadian citizen 15 months ago. How come he didn't know? He's a smart guy. He said, oh, I didn't know I was. He didn't know. He didn't know that he was a Canadian citizen. So he was born in Canada. He was a Canadian citizen. And 15 months ago, he renounced his citizenship. So he probably has a first. He was the first Canadian citizen ever to be a senator in this country, a senator from Texas. But he didn't know he was a Canadian. He was a joint U.S.-Canadian citizen. He was a Canadian citizen. He didn't know that he was a Canadian citizen? No, I think my temperament's great. I mean, I built a great corporation. I built a great company. But I think when Fox sends out their little, like, written by a child about Putin, et cetera, then I say let them have their debate. I'm going to raise money during that period of time for the wounded warriors and for the vets, and let Fox play its games. And I love the debates, I have to tell you. I love debating. I didn't know it. I never debated before. I'm a builder. I create tens of thousands of jobs over the years. I didn't know I enjoyed debating. And the first debate I enjoyed, even though I thought it was a bad, I thought she was a bad moderator in the case of Megyn Kelly. I think she's a total lightweight. But I have to tell you, I didn't know that I was going to enjoy the debate process. I actually love it. And if you check Drudge, and if you check Time, and if you check Slate, and all of the other online polls that judge the debates, almost every single poll, I think every single poll, but almost every single poll said I won every single debate. It's not bad. Yeah. By the way, I think you could say that, yeah. I think you could say that. Sure. Sounds like I'm out, yeah, doesn't it? No, I've never threatened to quit. No, I said, with CNN, I said, I think you should give money to the vets. And I've always said that. Wounded warriors and vets. I think you should give money to the vets. You have a question that now is a legitimate question? Do you apologize? No, do you apologize? Yeah. For not reading my words. No. For not reading my words. No, do you apologize for not reading my words? Excuse me, do you apologize for not reading my exact words? No. I didn't ask that. I didn't ask that. Excuse me. You quoted me and you took out the main part of the quote. I'm just asking, do you apologize? Okay, forget you. Just forget it. Go ahead, Sarah. So, go ahead. It's not a cheap shot. I've had a very good life. I've been a very good person over my life. I'm a religious person. I'm a good person. I give money to charity, a lot of money to charity. I feel you can bring up whatever you have to bring up. Yes, go ahead.
As someone who opposes abortion, do you consider Plan B aborting active pill to be abortion?
I'll give you an answer to that sometime in the future. Yes.
You talked to the police chief here in Marshalltown who said that your immigration rhetoric is making his job harder in this town.
What can I tell you? I can tell you that most people in the country agree with me. And they agree with me having to do with illegal immigration. They agree with me when we mention the words radical Islamic terrorism, where the President of the United States refuses to use the term radical Islamic terrorism, refuses to use. Why? You'll have to ask him. But you can't solve a problem until you're willing to discuss the problem. So why, you're going to have to ask him. Yes.
Mr. Trump.
Yes, go ahead. That's right. I am. Say it loud because I'd like everyone to hear that.
Why do you think that Ted Cruz has not been able to consolidate the evangelical vote here?
So why is it that I'm leading Ted Cruz with the evangelicals, and why is it that here I'm leading him, and I'm leading him big nationwide? Because he's really a nasty person. People don't like him. Senators don't like him. The people he works with don't like him. You have to have, we can all be rebels. I'm a little bit of a rebel, but you have to be able to get along with people. We have to build up our country again. Our country is absolutely falling apart. $19 trillion in debt, tremendous deficits. Believe me, the real number in jobs is not 5.2%. It's probably in the 25% category. Because when somebody gives up looking for a job, as you know, they're statistically taking off the rolls. So we have to build up our country. To do that, you have to get along. At least you have to have a semblance of something. People don't like Ted Cruz. They don't like him. And when you say, why am I doing better with the evangelicals than Ted Cruz? Because they like me better than Ted Cruz. And they understand, I am a Christian, I'm a good Christian, and the evangelicals have figured that out very easily and very quickly. Okay, how about one more? Go ahead, Tom. I don't at all, no. I just want to make America great again. I've had a great life. I've employed tens of thousands of people. I've given them jobs. That means education. That means health care. I've been very proud of it. I've built an unbelievable company, just an unbelievable. When I filed with the FEC, all of you people ran down because you were trying to say, well, maybe he's not as big as people think, and it turned out I was much bigger. I have some of the great assets of the world. I have very little debt. I have tremendous cash flow. And I say that only because that's what our country needs, Tom. That's what our country needs. Our country needs that kind of thinking. We have 19 trillion. 19 trillion. Think of it, trillion. We have $19 trillion in debt with a horrible budget deal that was just made. Horrible deal. That's adding at least another $2 trillion. We're going to be at $21 trillion in debt. We're spending money like a bunch of people that don't have any clue as to what's happening. We have leadership that's incompetent. We have leadership that in many respects is stupid. When I hear Kerry the other day say that, well, some of the $19 billion, okay, some of it is going to be spent, the money that they got back, the $150 billion, some of it's going to be spent for terror, like routinely it's going to be spent for terror. And it's interesting. They ordered, supposedly, I read today, they're spending all their money in Europe. Iran, spending all of this money in Europe. They ordered 114 Airbus jets made in Europe. Where's Boeing? Where's Boeing? Why aren't they buying Boeing? Why don't we have provisions where they have to buy our product? So when I look at the stupidity of our leadership in this country, and that goes from the border to trade to health care to everything, I say I have no choice. I love my life. I've enjoyed my life. I have a great family. I have a great company. But I had to do this. We're going to make America great again. Thank you all very much. Thank you. Thank you.